We want to begin with our series on profiling local residents with their life stories.
Steve Hall grew up a couple of towns over from here in Hanson and moved to the Plymouth area with his family 10 years ago. After graduating from nursing school, Steve worked in the healthcare field for a number of years, and he always had a passion for helping to organize road races.
He got his first chance to organize his own road race in 2006 and has really taken the event planning ball and run with it, as he now heads his own company named Hophead Events.
He still works in the healthcare field, but is hoping that his company can become his full-time endeavor. We met up with this entrepreneurial father of three in downtown Plymouth to find out what's in store for Steve Hall and Hophead Events.
After doing the road races, we had 3 or 4 of them. You know, it's sort of for probably 3 or 4 years, I became interested in moving on past road races, or at least adding an additional type of event to our sort of quiver of events. And I wanted to do a beer fest. I had been to beer fests in Boston. There was none of that around here. There was some attempts at pulling it together, but it involved pulling together so many, partnering with different businesses and doing this. So that's where we started Hopfest in town, and the first year went really well. We had it outdoors, and that's continued. We had the second year this year, and that went really well. So basically, people can come and try, hundreds of different types of beer, different types of food. We have food samples from all local businesses there. And they can sample different stuff and sort of see what they like if they're new to craft beer, or there's a lot of people there that are already into craft beer and they might want to try something new that they've never tried. So we did that. This past year, we did start doing smaller events where we really it was more about partnering and co-promoting with other businesses and sort of doing like the long table dinners. And we really wanted to just bring people together in small groups. It was something like, was seen in like Europe. There was like these long table community dinners where they were really large. So we had to start small. We got about anywhere from 50 to 60 people together right on the Hedge House lawn, and we partnered with a great chef. We partnered with the craft beer seller in town, and then I organized and pulled it all together, and we just brought a bunch of like-minded people together that didn't know each other. So you were sitting next to complete strangers and eating a really great 5-course dinner on a historic property overlooking Plymouth Harbor. I mean, it really went better than I expected. A few years back, we saw that Plymouth was turning into this, it's really like a burgeoning food and drink scene. It always had sort of an active downtown, but it's spread beyond that to a culture where now there is tourism here surrounding food and drink. People come all over to go to some of the great restaurants in the downtown area, try stores like this, and go to our events. So it's really materialized into what we thought. And it's awesome. It's great for the downtown life. It's great for the economy down here. People come here to try the beer, the draft list at all the different restaurants that you can't get this beer. A lot of it you can't get anywhere unless you go to Boston or to the brewery itself. I mean, it's really, if you're really into craft beer and you're into food and good wine and stuff like that, this is really the only place to be on the South Shore. I look at every event I do as what would I want if I went to an event, because I value everybody's dollar. I know how much it takes to make $1, so I want to make sure you get your money's worth. So I want you to walk away saying, wow, I got all that for this, so I'm not looking at the bottom line when I put on any event ever. It's just not the way that I operate, because I feel like once I start doing that, I'm going to start making decisions based on those outcomes rather than the outcome of the person's experience. The plan, as of today, we're just going to carry on and continue to grow. We'd like to expand further out into New England, so that's our plans for 2017, is to expand our reach and do some social events outside of Western Mass and North Shore. I've really been drawn since I started, just liking craft beer, like a lot of people. Like drinking beer, getting into craft beer, and I just like trying different stuff. But then I sort of got immersed into the culture of craft beer, which is sort of a whole culture, and it's a really close sort of a close bond, I guess, for people, especially here in Plymouth. It's like there's certain restaurants that are like craft oriented, and obviously stores like the craft beer cellar where we're at that are very craft beer oriented. So partnering with those people is a no-brainer to make these things work. And I just want to make all those people happy. I want them to have a good time when they come. to my events. So it's almost like I'm trying to impress them with like my sort of knowledge and passion of craft beer and of food and wine. You know, we're doing some wine stuff. So anything, I like food and drink. I mean, it just brings people together. Like there's nothing that brings people together more than food and drink, in my opinion.